नमस्कार दोस्तों। तो कैसे हैं आप लोग? आशा करता हूँ आप लोग बहुत अच्छे होंगे। स्वागत है आप सभी का आपके इस न्यू वीडियो में, जिसमें हम लोग रीडिंग प्रैक्टिस अपना जारी रखेंगे। ठीक है, तो ये छोटी सी बच्ची देखते हैं क्या बोलना चाह रही है। मैरी इन द लाइब्रेरी। अच्छा, पहले डिस्क्लेमर सुन लो यार, कि जिन लोगों को रीडिंग की हैबिट नहीं है, जिनको रीडिंग की हैबिट डेवलप करनी है खुद में, उन्हें लगता है कि हाँ रीडिंग एनसीईआरटी इज़ इम्पॉर्टेंट, तो उनके लिए ये वीडियो बिल्कुल रामबाण इलाज है। मैं एकदम उनके साथ, आप लोगों के साथ एकदम रीडिंग कर रहा हूँ, आप एकदम कान में डालें, एकदम सुनते रहें बढ़िया से ध्यान से। ठीक है, आपके लिए पास एनसीईआरटी अगर है तो ठीक है, नहीं है तो भी कोई बात नहीं, क्योंकि एनसीईआरटीज तो यहाँ पे आपके सामने प्ले मतलब डिस्प्ले हो ही रही है। ठीक है, तो आपको बिल्कुल चिंता करने की आवश्यकता नहीं है, एकदम निश्चिंत रहिए और आराम से इस एनसीईआरटी के रीडिंग का मज़ा लें। और इसमें मैं पहले ही बोल देता हूँ भाई, कि मैं कुछ समझा नहीं रहा हूँ आप लोगों को, मैं सिर्फ रीडिंग कर रहा हूँ, ताकि आप लोग वही चीज़ लें जो एनसीईआरटी में डायरेक्ट लिखा हुआ है। समझने के लिए आप या तो किसी और यूट्यूब चैनल पे देख सकते हैं, या तो या तो अपने स्कूल टीचर पे रिलाई कर सकते हैं। ठीक है, तो इतना काफ़ी है। चलिए शुरू करते हैं। मैरी इन द लाइब्रेरी। As the bell rang, the teacher asked the students to follow him because they were going to the library for the first time. When Mary stepped inside, she found that the library was much larger than their classroom, and there were so many shelves, all full of books. In one corner was a cupboard filled with large old volumes. Seeing her trying to open the cupboard, the teacher said, "That cupboard has very special books on different religions. Did you know that we have a set of the Vedas?" What are the Vedas? Mary wondered. Let us find out. One of the oldest books in the world. You may have heard about the Vedas. There are four of them: the Rig Veda, Sam Veda, Yajurveda Veda, and Atharva Veda. The oldest Veda is the Rig Veda, composed about 3500 years ago. The Rig Veda includes more than 1,000 hymns called Sukta, or well said. These hymns are in praise of various gods and goddesses. Three gods are especially important. Indra, Agni are especially important. Agni, the god of fire; Indra, a warrior god; and Som, a plant from which a special drink was prepared. These hymns were composed by sages, rishis. Priests taught students to recite and memorize each syllable, word, and sentence bit by bit with great care. Most of the hymns were composed, taught, and learned by men. A few were composed by women. The Rig Veda is in Old or Vedic Sanskrit, which is different from the Sanskrit you have learned in school these days. Next topic. संस्कृत डब्बा वाला टॉपिक है ये। संस्कृत एंड अदर लैंग्वेजेस। संस्कृत इज पार्ट ऑफ अ फैमिली ऑफ लैंग्वेजेस नोन एज इंडो यूरोपियन. Some Indian languages such as Assamese, Gujarati, Hindi, Kashmiri, and Sindhi, Asian languages such as Persian, and many European languages such as English, French, German, Greek, Italian, and Spanish belong to this family. They are called a family because they originally had words in common. Take the words Matra, Sanskrit, Ma, Hindi, and Mother, English. Do you know? Do you notice any similarities? Other languages used in the subcontinent belong to different families. For instance, those used in the northeast belong to the Tibeto-Burman family. Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, and Malayalam belong to the Dravidian family, and the languages spoken in Jharkhand and parts of central India belong to the Austro-Asiatic family. List the languages you have heard about and try and identify the families to which they belong. ये सब देख लेना भाई. The books we use are written and printed. The Rig Veda was recited and heard rather than read. It was written down several centuries after it was first composed and printed less than 200 years ago. How historians study the Rig Veda. Historians, like archaeologists, find out about the past, but in addition to the material remains, they examine written sources as well. Let us see how they study the Rig Veda. Some of the hymns in the Rig Veda are in the form of dialogues. This is part of one such hymn, a dialogue between a sage named Vishwamitra and two rivers, Bias and Satluj, that were worshipped as goddesses. Find the rivers on map 1 page 2, then read on. अब पेज 2 भाई, पेज 2 तो मेरे पास इसमें है नहीं। पेज 2 फाइंड द रिवर्स सतलज, मिल जाएगा भाई, तुम्हें मिल जाएगा। अपने एटलस में खोल के देखो, इंडिया का मैप निकाल के देखो, सतलज वहाँ से बहती होगी, मतलब सतलज एंड बियास एंड सतलज ना पंजाब के आसपास देखना, वहीं से होगी। अच्छा ये वाला क्या है भैया, जो कि हमें भी समझ में नहीं आ रहा। अ पेज फ्रॉम मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट ऑफ द ऋग्वेदा। दिस मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट ऑफ द ऋग्वेदा ऑन बर्च bark was found in Kashmir about 150 years ago. It was used to prepare one of the earliest printed texts of the Rig Veda as well as an English translation. It is now preserved in a library in Pune, Maharashtra. Okay, ये देख सकते हैं। तो अब हम ये पीला डब्बा पढ़ेंगे, विश्वामित्र एंड द रिवर्स। विश्वामित्र, ओ रिवर्स कम डाउन फ्रॉम द माउंटेन्स like two swift horses, like two shining cows that lick their calves. You move like chariots to the sea through the power of Indra. Through the power of Indra, you are full of water and wish to unite with one another. The rivers, we who are full of water, move along the path the gods have made for us. Once we start flowing, we cannot be stopped. Why do you pray to us, O sage? विश्वामित्र बोलते हैं, O sisters, please listen to me, the singer who has come from a distance with his chariots and carts. Let your waters not rise above your axles, so that we can cross safely. अब रिवर्स बोलते हैं, We will listen to your prayers, so that you can cross safely. Historians point out that this hymn was composed in the area where these rivers flow. They also suggest that the sage lived in a society where horses and cows were valued animals. That is why the rivers are compared to horses and cows. Do you think chariots were also important? Give reasons for your answer. Read the verses and find out what are the modes of transport that are mentioned. Other rivers, especially the Indus and its tributaries and the Saraswati, are also named in the hymns. The Ganga and the Yamuna are named only once. Look at map 1 page 2, भाई ये सब देख लेना यार, map 1 page 2, and list 5 rivers that are not mentioned in the Rig Veda. तो नेक्स्ट टॉपिक है हमारा कैटल, हॉर्सेस एंड चैरियट्स। देयर आर मेनी प्रेयर्स इन द ऋग वेदा फॉर कैटल, चिल्ड्रन, especially sons, and horses. Horses were yoked to chariots that were used in battles, which were fought to capture cattle. Battles were also fought for land, which was important for pasture and for growing hardy crops that ripened quickly, such as barley. Some battles were fought for water and to capture people. Some of the wealth that was obtained was kept by the leaders. Some was given to the priests, and the rest was distributed amongst the people. Some wealth was used for performance of yajnas or sacrifices in which offerings were made into the fire. These were meant for gods and goddesses. Offerings could include ghee, grain, and in some cases animals. Most men took part in these wars. There was no regular army, but there were assemblies where people met and discussed matters of war and peace. They also chose leaders who were often brave and skillful warriors. Words to describe people. There are several ways of describing people in terms of the work they do, the language they speak, the place they belong to, their family, their communities, and cultural practices. Let us see some of the words used to describe people found in the Rig Veda. There are two groups who are described in terms of their work. The priests, sometimes called Brahmins, who performed various rituals, and the Rajas. These Rajas were not like the ones you will be learning about later. They did not have capital cities, palaces, or armies, nor did they collect taxes. Generally, sons did not automatically succeed fathers at Rajas. Read the previous section once more and see whether you can find out what the Rajas did. Two words were used to describe the people or the community as a whole. One was the word jana, which we still use in Hindi and other languages. The other was wish. The word Vaishya comes from wish. You will learn more about this in chapter 5. Several wish or jana are mentioned by name So we find reference to the Puru Jana or Vish, the Bharat Jana or Vish, the Yadu Jana or Vish, and so on. Do any of these names sound familiar? Sometimes the people who composed the hymns described themselves as Aryas and called their opponents as Dasas or Dasyus. These were people who did not perform sacrifices and probably spoke different languages. Later, the term dasa and the feminine dasi came to mean slave. Slaves were women and men who were often captured in war. They were treated as the property of their owners, who could make them do whatever work they wanted. While the Rig Veda was being composed in the northwest of the subcontinent, there were other developments elsewhere. Let us look at some of these. Silent Sentinels, the story of the megaliths. Look at the illustration on the next page. Illustration कहाँ है भैया? Illustration on the next page. चलो next page में देखेंगे. These stone boulders are known as megaliths, literally big stones. These were carefully arranged by people and were used to mark burial sites. The practice of erecting megaliths began about 3000 years ago and was prevalent throughout the Deccan, South India, in the northeast, and Kashmir. Some important megalithic sites are shown on map 2 पेज 13. तो map 2 पेज 13 में आप लोग जाइए और देखिए इसको क्या है ये, ठीक है. While some megaliths can be seen on the surface, other megalithic burials are often underground. Sometimes archaeologists find a circle of stone boulders or a single large stone standing on the ground. These are the only indications that there are burials beneath. There were several things that people did to make the megaliths. We have made a list here. Try and arrange them in the correct order: digging pits in the earth, transporting stones, breaking boulders, placing stones in position, finding suitable stones, shaping stones, burying the dead. All these burials have some common features. Generally, the dead were buried with distinctive pots, which are called black and red ware. Also found are tools and weapons of iron and sometimes skeletons of horses, horse equipment and ornaments of stone and gold. Was iron used in Harappan cities? तो यहाँ पे पिक्चर देख लेते भाई साहब, ये क्या है पिक्चर. दिस टाइप ऑफ मेगालिथ इज नोन एज अ सिस्ट. Some cysts like the one shown here have portholes which could be used as an entrance. यहाँ पे क्या भैया, आयरन इक्विपमेंट फाउंड फ्रॉम मेगालिथिक बरियल्स के बारे में दिया हुआ है. ये वाला, ये लेफ्ट टॉप वाला क्या है देखते हैं इसको, ये वाला हॉर्स इक्विपमेंट, लेफ्ट बिलो ये वाला एक्सेस, एंड बिलो ये है डैगर. चलो, finding out about social differences. Archaeologists think that objects found with a skeleton probably belong to the dead person. Sometimes more objects are found in one grave than in another. Find ब्रह्मगिरी on map 2 पेज 13. ब्रह्मगिरी देख लीजिएगा आप लोग कहाँ है, पेज 13 हमारे पास है क्या पेज, ये हम लोग कौन से पेज पे है? 13 वी कांट अप्रोच इट, क्योंकि मेरे पास एक ही चैप्टर का पीडीएफ है ना. तो 13 आप लोग देख लेना, पेज 13 में ब्रह्मगिरी देखना. हियर वन स्केलेटन वॉज बरीड with 33 gold beads, 2 stone beads, 4 copper bangles, and 1 conch shell. Other skeletons have only a few pots. These finds suggest that there was some difference in status amongst the people who were buried. Some were rich, others poor. Some chiefs, others followers. Were some burial spots meant for certain families? Sometimes megaliths contain more than one skeleton. These indicate that people, perhaps belonging to the same family, were buried in the same place, though not at the same time. The bodies of those who died later were brought into the grave through the portholes. Stone circles or boulders placed on the surface probably served as signposts. I'm sorry. Stone circles or boulders placed on the surface probably served as signposts to find the burial site, so that people could return to the same place where whenever they wanted to. A special burial at Inamgaon. Find Inamgaon on map 2, page 13. It is a site on the river Ghod, a tributary of the Bhima. It was occupied between 3600 and 2700 years ago. Here, adults were generally buried in the ground, laid out straight with the head towards the north. Sometimes burials were within the houses. Vessels that probably contained food and water were placed with the dead. One man was found buried in a large four-legged clay jar in the courtyard for a five-roomed house, one of the largest houses at the site, in the center of the settlement. This house also had a granary. The body was placed in a cross-legged position. Do you think this was the body of a chief? Give reasons for your answer. What skeletal studies tell us? It is easy to make out the skeleton of a child from its small size. However, there are no major differences in the bones of a girl and a boy. Can we make out whether a skeleton was that of a man or a woman? Sometimes people decide on the basis of what is found with the skeleton. For instance, if a skeleton is found with jewelry, it is sometimes thought to be that of a woman. However, there are problems with this. Often men also wore ornaments. A better way of figuring out the sex of a skeleton is to look at the bone structure. The hip or the pelvic area of a woman is generally larger to enable childbearing. These distinctions are based on modern skeletal studies. About 2000 years ago, there was a famous physician named Charak who wrote a book on medicine known as the Charak Samhita. There he states that the human body has 360 bones. This is a much larger number than the 200 bones that are recognized in modern anatomy. Charak arrived at this figure by counting the teeth, joints, and cartilage. How do you think he found out about the human body in such great detail? Occupations at Inamgaon. Archaeologists have found seeds of wheat, barley, rice, pulses, millets, peas, and sesame. Bones of a number of animals, many bearing cut marks that show they may have been used as food, have also been found. Bones of a number of animals, many bearing cut marks that show they may have been used as food, have also been found. These include cattle, buffalo, goat, sheep, dog, horse, ass, pig, sambar, spotted deer, blackbuck, antelope, hare, and mongoose, besides birds, crocodiles, turtle, crab, and fish. There is evidence that fruits such as bear, amla, jamun, dates, and a variety of berries were collected. Use this evidence to list the possible occupations of the people at Inamgaon. अब आ जाते हैं elsewhere पे. Find China in your atlas. Around 3500 years ago, we find some of the first evidence of writing in China. These writings were on animal bones. These are called oracle bones because they were used to predict the future. Kings got scribes to write questions on the bones. Would they win battles? Would the harvest be good? Would they have sons? The bones were then put into the fire, and they cracked because of the heat. Then fortune tellers studied these cracks and tried to predict the future. As you may expect, they sometimes made mistakes. These kings lived in palaces in cities. They amassed vast quantities of wealth, including large, elaborately decorated bronze vessels. However, they did not know the use of iron. List one difference between the Raja of the Rigveda and these kings. तो देख सकते हैं आप लोग ये सब. Some important dates देख लेते हैं दोस्तों. Beginning of the composition of the Vedas about 3500 years ago. Beginning of the building of megaliths about 3000 years ago. Settlement at Inamgaon between 3600 and 2700 years ago. Charak about 2000 years ago. दोस्तों इसी के साथ हमारा ये चैप्टर खत्म हो जाता है. आप लोगों को बहुत बहुत बधाई कि आप लोग रीडिंग के अंत तक बने रहें. दोस्तों इसी प्रकार का अगर आप लोग रीडिंग में बने रहेंगे ना दोस्तों, तो एक तो है कि एनसीईआरटी आपके दिमाग में छप जाएगी, और इतना आप भी जानते हैं कि एनसीईआरटी के बाहर कुछ आता नहीं है। जितने भी गाइड बुक्स पब्लिश होते हैं वो सारे एनसीईआरटी को ही अपना बेस बना के थोड़ा बहुत ऐड वगैरह करके तब जाके वो पब्लिश मतलब अपने आंसर्स लिख देते हैं उसमें, और वही आप याद करके एग्जाम में नंबर लाते हैं। तो दोस्तों वो आप जो याद करके एग्जाम में नंबर ला रहे हैं बिल्कुल अच्छी बात है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, लेकिन वो नंबर का एक्चुअल वजह कहाँ से आ रहा है? वो आ रहा है अपने एनसीईआरटी से। तो दोस्तों एनसीईआरटी जरूर पढ़ें, और पढ़ने में मन ना लगे मेरा वीडियोस जरूर देख लें, ठीक है। आधे घंटे से कम, आधे घंटे से भी बहुत कम के वीडियोस होते हैं। अभी तो आप लोग छोटे क्लासेस में हैं तो इसलिए आधे घंटे से कम के वीडियोस आ रहे हैं, थोड़े बड़े हो जाएंगे तो हो सकता है 40 मिनट 50 मिनट की भी वीडियो जाएं। तो दोस्तों एक बात जान लो, एनसीईआरटी को दिमाग में छाप लोगे काम बन जाएगा। तुम्हें कुछ नहीं करना है, चाहे कम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम क्रैक करना है, चाहे कुछ भी करना है, चाहे स्कूल एग्जाम्स में अच्छा नंबर लाना है, 40 आउट ऑफ 40, 60 आउट ऑफ 60 या 80 आउट ऑफ 80, जो भी, ठीक है। तो बस तुम्हें वो सब मिलेगा। एनसीईआरटी रीडिंग करना शुरू कर दो, मेरे साथ बने रहो। मन नहीं करता है रीडिंग करना है, कोई बात नहीं, तुम मेरे वीडियो सुन लो ना भाई, और क्या करना है तुम्हें। एक बार नॉर्मल स्पीड पे सुनो, दूसरी बार और थोड़ा तेज, तीसरी बार और थोड़ा तेज, चौथी बार ×2 के स्पीड पे सुन लो। ऐसे मजा आ जाएगा, तुमको पता चल जाएगा कि हाँ इसके बाद तो ये आना है, इसके बाद ये आना है, इसके बाद ये आना है, ठीक है दोस्तों। तो बस रीडिंग में मन ना लगे, मेरे वीडियोस को जरूर देखें। आपको अगर मेरा एफर्ट्स पसंद आ रहा है दोस्तों तो लाइक शेयर और सब्सक्राइब कर सकते हैं। थैंक यू दोस्तों, और मेरे बेस्ट विशेस हमेशा आपके साथ रहेंगे। चलिए आपका ज़्यादा टाइम न लेते हुए मिलते हैं आपसे नेक्स्ट वीडियो में, तब तक के लिए थैंक यू एंड हैव अ नाइस डे।